Read the ghosts come. Christmas past, present, future. It's a Christmas Carol. No. I said Mark Twain. I can't think of the author, man. I am really bad at this. I should know this. Charles Dickens. Okay, next one. Okay. Yes. Not sure why Google's in the middle, but I will. Okay, now, you are going to see that question. We're really going to do two questions here. We're going to do question 1 and question 3. Yes. Okay, now, we're going to try to go through this quickly because of the extra things that happen with this. Okay, but there's not enough space here. And when you do it on the test, I put basically these two questions on the back of a blank page, and I just basically want you to do all your work on that side because you need the space. So we're going to go down here to the bottom of question 4, do number 1 together, and then we'll do. And you will have to kind of stay with me on this, okay? Because it's just a lot of steps. Now, once we get the hang of it with the first one, we are going to speed things up a little bit on the second one. However, the second one is a touch more difficult than the first one. Okay? Well, we'll start out with the easy one. 213 and then 312, right? Is that it? Okay. Now, we are going to be plugging these. Let's do this. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Alright, now, we are going to be writing 3 equations and substituting. This is going to be our x and this is going to be our y. So there are 3 things that we're going to make substitutions for, and I've circled them in red. Please follow me, otherwise you're going to get lost, and I don't want that to happen. So if I take 0 for x and 3 for y, that would be 3 equals, a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus c. Now, what kind of cool information happens with that one? What is a times 0 squared? 0. That's gone. What about b times 0? Also gone. So what did we just learn? There we go. The goal of this entire question is to know what A, B, and C are by the end. We will have everything. We will have A, B, and C. Right now we do know what C is. If we go to the next equation, 13 equals A times 2 squared plus B times 2 plus C. Or should we put something else in the place of C? What could we put at the end? 3. Yeah, because we already know that value. That is not going to happen in the next example. Okay, so this actually makes our life easier. On the next question, 12 equals A times 3 squared plus B times 3 plus what? 3. So in other words, we can substitute that into both of those. Alright, now, I can simplify these equations a little bit. Alright? What do you think I mean by circling this in the blue and drawing the arrow to the other side? What do you think I'm doing with that 3? Subtracting it, right? So what is 13 take away 3? 10. I just wanted everybody to understand that I'm moving that 3 to the other side. And can you tell me what A times 2 squared is? That's just 4A. course, the next one would be 2b. Once again, I'm going to take that 3 on the next equation and move it to the other side. What is 12 take away 3? 9. How about a times 3 squared? 9a. And then lastly, a 3b. Okay, now this is a question we should be able to answer because we've done elimination. So, I would say we focus on the b's. Come on. That's not what I wanted. Focus on the b's. We're going to get 2 and 3 both go into what number? 6. So I suggest we multiply the top equation by 3 and the bottom equation by -2. So we would end up with, I'm going to let you fill them in, but 30, and then this one would be -18. Take a couple seconds. And if you understand the process of elimination, go ahead and start eliminating. Figure out what A and B are. Don't be moving this thing around on me. Okay, there. So -18a and a -6b. So when you added those together, what did you get? 12 equals, how many a's? -6 a's, which leads me to know that a is equal to -2. Pick your favorite equation that you want to use that has a's and b's in it. I'm going to use that one right there, but it doesn't matter which one you use as long as it's only got a's and b's in it. There's a reason I'm saying that. If you had something that had a c in it, you would not be able to solve. So what am I going to do here to move this to the other side? How do I get that -8 to move? Kind of. Yeah, it's -8, but how do you get that -8 to move to the other side? Add 8, right? If you add 8, that becomes 18 equals 2b. So now we know that b is 9. So we've got b is 9, a is -2. I think we have everything we need. Something x squared plus something x plus something. What are we going to put in those blanks? What goes in the first blank? -2 plus 9x plus 3. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. We could, but I don't want to take the time because we need to move on. All right? We're going to go down to below question 5 to work on the next one. All right? Yeah, it's question 3. You're right. I don't know. Thank you very much for correcting me. Question 3. And I know we got a 1, 7. What's next? 2, 2, and then like -4, 32, or? I got that wrong. Okay, so these are the points from question 3. I'm doing in after question 5 because I needed the space. We're plugging it into the equation y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. I want to simplify this a little bit. So we're plugging in, remember, for x's and for y's. So we have 7 equals. Now, what is a times 1 squared? Can anybody tell me a times 1 squared? That's just 1a. So I'm going to abbreviate it and just write a. And then 1 times b is just plain old b, and then c at the very end. Notice that we did not get rid of a and b this time, so we don't know what c is. Okay, now I'm moving on to the next equation. 2 equals, does anybody know what a times 2 squared is? That's 4a. So I'm kind of shortcutting my work by simplifying as I go in my head. I'm hoping that's not too big of a jump. So I'd have -32. What's a times 4 squared? That's 16 a's plus 4 b's plus a c. Now, I'm going to multiply the middle equation by negative 1. Watch how fast I do it. Minus, 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 minus. I just multiplied the middle equation by negative 1. Okay? Now, if any of those signs were negative, they would have changed to a positive, but I had all positives there, so that was pretty quick. I need you to add these two equations together. So what is 7 plus negative 2? 5. How about a minus 4a? Negative 3a. b minus 2b. Negative b. And what happens to the c's at the end? They cancel out, so I don't have those anymore. Okay, now I'm going to add these two equations together. Stay with me while we finish this part. We may not get through the entire question, but we'll get through most of it. Okay, so now I'm focusing my attention on the bottom two equations. What's negative 2 plus negative 32? Good try. Negative 34. Right idea. You were adding. That's good. You just forgot the negative in front. Yes, I like it. Okay, negative 4a plus 16a. How many a's? 16 take away 4. 12. Okay, negative b plus 4b, or negative 2b plus 4b. That's positive 2b, and then what happens to the c's at the very end? They cancel out. My suggestion for us is to focus our attention on the b's, and we would multiply by 2, giving us 10 equals negative 6a minus 2b. We will continue this problem. Mañana. Day, nada.